to Career Source Citrus, Levy, Marion, and learn how they can help you.
Located in Ocala, Rinstar Medical Research has offered a wide range of clinical research trials for 17 years. Rinstar conducts clinical trials for conditions such as migraines, memory decline, fibromyalgia, and sun-damaged skin. To learn more, call Rinstar at 352-629-5800. Help us create a healthier tomorrow by volunteering today. Please call Rinstar at 352-629-5800.
5 minutes after 9 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Wednesday morning. When I first started doing talk radio, I discovered quickly that the topic of abortion was going to get the phone to ring. And people are very passionate about their thoughts on it. People differ in arguments. I had a debate with a rabbi who told me that life begins at birth. I tried to express my belief that life begins at conception, and we never did. We just agreed to disagree, but respectfully. I mean, I love the guy. He has since passed away, but I mean, he was a really bright guy. But anyway, I do have a little bit of a hypocritical seeming approach or thought about abortion. And while I'm against it, I'm also against making it illegal, because there's a bumper sticker that I'm going to reference. It's usually associated with guns. It says, if guns were outlawed, only outlaws would have guns. Well, if abortion was outlawed, then only outlaws would perform abortions. And that's a lesson I learned from my dad, who was a New York City police officer, who was probably also against abortion, I think. I mean, he's passed away, but he had a story when he was a young police officer. He responded to a call somewhere in the Bronx, and there was a 14-year-old girl dead in the apartment, and she was dead because somebody had performed an illegal and botched abortion on the girl. So he was opposed to it being illegal, but he was also opposed to abortion, which almost sounds hypocritical. So it's probably where I get my seeming to be hypocritical thoughts on this topic. Kiera Johnson has been with us before, Robin, am I right?
Yes.
She's the executive director of Unite for Reproductive and Gender Equity, which is known by its acronym of URGE. She's a national expert on women's health, and she's on the phone right now to talk to us about what Roe versus Wade means to women and their families today, especially within the context of the moments making headlines across the nation, like the attacks on the Planned Parenthood folks and all that. Good morning, Kiera. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing well. I'm glad this isn't TV because you got me a little emotional over here.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah, you did.
well, I don't know. I don't know if you like me or not like me based on what I said, but that is my true, honest feelings about this subject.
I think you use the word hypocritical, but I think it's very human, right? Like, I think, people hold complex feelings and complex emotions, and we hold tensions between those things every day. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't see it as hypocritical. I see it as just a very human response that actually a lot of people have and feel. I think you're in good company, feeling similarly.
And I know it sounds naive to believe, and it is naive to believe, that we can convince, especially young people, to just hold off until you're really ready and never have sex unless you're absolutely sure. I know that's unrealistic, but that would be the answer, wouldn't it? That would be the answer.
I think ultimately it's how do we make sure people have as much information that they need, that they have trusted adults that they can talk to about anything, and then access to services, right? And as they're making these decisions, I think that's how we end up with healthy young people and healthy adults, right? When you have the knowledge and you have access to information and services, and you have the ability to actually exercise self-determination in an informed way.
Mm-hmm.
I think it gets really scary when we don't give people education, or we don't give people access to quality, services and health care when they're seeking them out.
And all of these talks should be given by the parents to their children. I know there are some parents out there that don't care and they just want to be best friends, so they don't really care about their, about how their children are behaving and stuff. But for the majority, the parents care about their children, and they should have discussions about this before something like a pregnancy even occurs.
Absolutely. I mean, it's so important. Sometimes I wonder if parents know or how influential they are on their kids. I mean, right? We know that we were all in that place where we pretended we weren't listening, but we were actually listening.
Yeah, right.
And we really have to have these conversations with our young people. And the reality is that people in this country do not support political interference as it relates to issues of, pregnancy, parenting, and abortion. But what people do want and what people are drawn to is women and young people being able to make these decisions with their families, with their loved ones, with their partners, with their church members. And that's what, ultimately what we're talking about. How do we create this space where people can have these conversations and make decisions in trusted spaces, and these decisions are not being made for them by folks in Capitol Hill or in state legislatures?
I think most people will say it's a woman's issue, and therefore I don't have a dog in the fight. That's what I hear a lot of men say. But I think while it is mostly a woman's issue, it's a man's issue if he thinks about it before having sex. I mean, that sounds simple, doesn't it? And unrealistic, because our bodies sometimes talk to us and we listen to them. But do you know what? I didn't realize it says here that the 22nd is the 42nd anniversary of Roe versus Wade, and that means that the entire time my father was a police officer, he retired in 1972. That means the entire time he worked for the police department, he must have been. Must have been more than one case. Just the one that happens to resonate with me is the 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, I mean, and it's interesting, right? Like he saw so much of the negative impacts of not having access to abortion services, right, and what that means. And, since 1973, when Roe versus Wade was, legalized abortion in this country, we've seen barrier after barrier after barrier inflicted on young people and on women across the country. And so while abortion is legal on paper, there are fewer and fewer women that actually have either geographic access or financial access, or access, free from, stigma and shame.
Is Urge working to go to all of the abortion clinics to say that when women go in there for the abortion, that not just the woman has to sign that paper to have the abortion, but the man does too? That would be the fair thing, because if the man wants to have that child, that woman should have that child and then give up all of her rights to the child after the baby's born so the man can raise the baby.
So we're not working on any of those issues. Mostly what I see young people working on is, they're doing clinic defense, making sure that women and their partners feel safe and not harassed walking into clinics. There are young people around the country that are doing a lot around social media, talking about these issues with their peers and the broader public. In Texas, for example, a group of 20-year-olds created the first abortion fund in El Paso. But, I think the way young people that I work with are thinking about this is we have to give women the space to have the conversations with the people that they need to have the conversations with. So, and to make those decisions. And women, we know, already have those conversations, right? Like they're talking to their parents, they're talking to their siblings, they're talking to their, husbands. And often when they're not talking to them, it's often there's a real reason behind that, right? We don't walk in any woman's shoes to know kind of what's behind that,
Yeah.
nor do we need to.
I just
don't
hope
wanna
that
legislate every single woman.
Yeah, I don't. It's legislation to me isn't the answer. To me, the answer is talking and campaigning and I think if we're going to allow young women to talk to people about their options, that they get to speak to everybody, those who would like them to not have the abortion as well. In other words, perhaps a religious leader of some sort.
And the fathers.
So he's sometimes not around. Sometimes he's not such a good guy either.
Sometimes.
Kiera, it's a heavy topic. You have to talk to all of us radio geeks about this. Give me a website that the listeners can go to if they want to know more about Urge. Is it just Urge?
Sure. It's urge.org. You can find out what's going on with young people around the country. And Urge is also a part of a new campaign called All Above All. And we're working with 100 organizations committed to restoring and sustaining abortion coverage for low-income women. And you can visit that website at allaboveall.org.
Okay. Kiera, thank you. Where are you right now? Where are you calling from?
I am in New York City.
You got snow coming.
Yay!
I know. And then I fly to Chicago, which is even more snow.
Oh no. Well, I kind of wish I was someplace where it was going to snow. I kind of miss it. Well, thank you so much, Kiera. Thank you for being on the air with us today.
Thank you so much. Take care.
All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. Wednesday will be partly sunny with a high of 62 to 66. Partly cloudy Wednesday night, with lows ranging from the mid and upper 30s inland to about the mid 40s at the coast. On Thursday, some sun followed by clouds, high 68 to 72. Then for Friday, mostly cloudy, breezy, and more humid with some showers and heavy thunderstorms mainly in the afternoon, the high 71 to 75. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Joe Lundberg.
Hey, I'm Gary.
And I'm Eric. Did you know that Red Eye Radio is on WOCA The Source every night from 2 to 6 a.m. and it's live?
That's right. No tape shows here.
We know that the news doesn't sleep.
And neither do we. So we're here with you live from 2 till 6 a.m. every weekday. Call us 866-90-RED-EYE. So join me, Gary McNamara.
And me, Eric Harley, every weeknight to discuss the latest in news and entertainment.
Right here on WOCA The Source.
Hey, Matt, I know Sunrise Automotive does auto stuff, but I need some tires for my truck. Can you recommend someone?
Yes, I can. We do that.
No, I mean, I need them installed and balanced and all that.
Yep, we do that.
Well, my son needed his windows tinted.
Yep, we do that.
I need my seat replaced.
Yep, we do that too.
I need a new roof line, and a new spoiler, and a new truck.
Yep, we can even do that too.
Okay, I get it. I suppose you can also do a radio show too.
Well, as a matter of fact, join me, Matt Gibbs from Sunrise Automotive, every Tuesday at 10 for auto repair with personal care right here on The Source.
Good credits, bad credits. It's none of our business because we're not an auto dealer. We're not a bank. We're not your mother. We're OcalaForSale.com. Marion County's marketplace for cars, trucks, and SUVs. We've got thousands of sellers standing by to take your call. No middleman. But hurry, don't walk, don't run. Just sit down and log on to OcalaForSale.com. Prices and inventory change daily. Offer does not include dealer upcharge. Undercutting, rust-proofing, factory surcharge, or delivery fee. See website for details.
Do you have areas that have started sagging or drooping? Is what you're looking at not quite the same as it was years ago? Are there enhancements you've been putting off? Is there serious damage you need fixed? Then call on us, Damage Control Services, when your roof is sagging and the drywall is drooping after a storm, or your home just needs some enhancements. From damage repairs to new construction, Damage Control Services is here to help.
Putting the local back into radio. 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. WOCA News. Variety. Information. Now. Keep your arms and legs on the inside at all times.
WOCA.
AM 1370.
96.3. 96.3.
We are The Source, WOCA.
At Ameris Bank, we understand that there is no purchase more exciting than the purchase of a new home. We are dedicated to helping you find the mortgage that meets your needs and giving you the personal attention you deserve. Our mortgage options offer a variety of benefits, including up to 100% financing, down payment assistance, and expansive credit qualifications, all with the competitive rates and exceptional service. Call Ameris Bank today or visit amerisbank.com to learn more. We look forward to serving you.
Ameris Bank is an equal housing lender and member of FDIC, a loan subject to credit approval.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA.
Ocala!
Check this out.
New shows? Check. Check. Some new talent? Check. The same great sports talk?
I'm seeing it right now.
Wrong again?
Wrong.
It's better.
There are so many great things going on in sports.
We gotta get it. From our mics.
Test.
To your ears.
The latest update we got is...
All right. Thank you for tuning in. 20 minutes after 9 o'clock, Dr. John Wald is on the phone. He's the first medical director of the Public Affairs Department at the Mayo Clinic, and he's a lieutenant in the Medical Corps of the United States Naval Reserve. And he's talking to us about the Mayo Clinic National Health Checkup Survey and what Americans can do to address some of their most pressing health concerns. Good morning, Dr. Wald. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Larry. Great to be with you today.
Thank you for being on the air with us. So the survey, was it a national survey?
It was a national survey. We looked at Americans from all walks of life, trying to identify the barriers and opportunities that were in place to work with them to lead healthier lives.
And did you discover something that would have been different than, let's say, a survey would have revealed 10 years ago?
I think it's always good to take the pulse of any patient, if you will. And as a physician, that's one of the first things that we do to check how well that patient is doing. And in this case, we took the pulse of Americans from all walks of life. And what we found was that some of the things that were present 10 years ago remain true today. And one of those was the barrier to leading a healthy life, and that was work-life balance. And so the number one barrier to leading a healthy life seems to be finding time during the workday to exercise right and to eat right.
Oh my goodness, that's a challenge for almost everybody, especially if you have a long commute. A lot of people in the bigger cities have, like, I don't have a long commute. That's a 4 mile, and I live in a rural area basically. But I can remember in the bigger cities, it was sometimes a 2-hour commute. That made for like a 12-hour day.
You're absolutely correct. And, you know, the number one barrier was work-life balance in the Northeast, where people were moving, say, in and out of the city of Boston and New York and trying to find time not only to commute during the day, but to do their jobs during the day, and then to find time and the energy at the beginning or the end of that workday to exercise. So it does remain a challenge.
So
I think working with employers to find solutions during the workday would help empower individuals to lead healthier lives and be a healthier workforce.
Okay, so did it reveal any places in the country or where they're thinking outside the box? Not to coin a cliche there, but I mean to quote a cliche, but I mean some of the maybe it's not a city thing, maybe it's a business or an industry type of thing. People who are doing it differently and maybe better health wise.
Well, I don't know about different or better. One of the things that we looked at was the use of technology in medicine, and what we found was that over 60% of Americans were not quite ready to start using telemedicine or video chat to replace that one-on-one visit with their provider. And in fact, in the Midwest, they had the hardiest skepticism, if you will, and they were certainly not quite ready to implement a technology solution for that face-to-face interview.
Oh, really?
And it was a good message for us as medical professionals that we need to maintain and remember that patients want a level of intimacy when they're engaging with their providers, and no matter what technology solution we offer, we need to remember that.
And does that have to do with age?
Well, certainly it does. And the younger group, the 30-somethings, with all their use of technology, were more likely to be able to have a positive response to that telemedicine or that video chat. Folks in their 70s and 80s still want that old-time visit with their physician or with their provider, to sit down and have someone tell them it's going to be okay.
Really? We had the story this morning about a Fitbit wearer who had a girlfriend break up with him, And then 2 days later, he was telling his friend about it, and they said, "Did your Fitbit record your broken heart?" And they were kind of fun with this. So he said, "I don't know. Let me look." And the Fitbit indeed did show that at the moment he got the phone call that she didn't want to be with him anymore, his heart rate increased, his blood not temperature, but blood blood pressure changed. And I'm wondering if that kind of technology is maybe more embraceable. Like if a doctor, for example, could remotely view the statistics on something like a Fitbit, would that be acceptable by most Americans?
Well, Larry, whether it's a broken heart or some other condition, I see wearables as one of the key futures for medicine and that technology. We have to start believing that medicine and healthcare is not just about a visit, say, at the Mayo Clinic, but it's about an interaction, everything from a health consumer who has a wearable device and wants to know what their heart rate is, whether it's a broken heart or it's an active lifestyle. And we need to be able to take that information and engage with the providers to know, how do we fix that broken heart? Or if a diabetic patient has a rise in their glucose, will a wearable be able to tell that and prevent that hospital visit? Those are all great opportunities for us in medicine.
Worldwide travel seems to be the norm now. People are flying here, there, and everywhere across the globe. And now we're being told by news reports that there are different types of mosquitoes and things that are attaching themselves to luggage and whatnot and being brought in from overseas to the United States or from the United States overseas. And that's thereby shooting up the different diseases that are coming to our forefront right now. Is that a worry for you?
Well, I think it's an opportunity. I think it's an opportunity to continue to educate people from around the world on things that they need to do to maintain a healthy lifestyle. I think social media and the media in general has helped get the word out about what the opportunities are and what the challenges are, not only with international travel, but with a number of different lenses into medicine and the diseases and the conditions that are out there. So I think we have opportunities in medicine. I don't think we can look the same way at medicine that we did, say, 10 or 20 years ago. The world is shrinking. The disease processes at Mayo Clinic that we've seen from not just in the United States, but from around the world are changing, and we have to change with those times.
One of the things that we see in the area you're talking to is a lot of retirees. And typically when somebody has hung up the hat at their job up north or something, and then they move down here, you immediately envision that they are more active. And I think I see a lot of that. There's a lot of older people here who are more active than you might think, you know? And that seems like it would be a good thing. So the people who are 20-something today, are they going to have even a better, more active retirement years?
Well, that is our hope. I think as a medical profession, we're looking to extend people's life. And extending their life just doesn't mean allowing them to live to be older, but allowing them to be active in their older years. I think there's a number of opportunities to do that. I think we have to make sure that we have a healthy, engaged workforce in that 20 to, say, 65, 70, whatever your retirement age is. So we have to have healthy solutions leading up to that. And we have to make sure that we're giving the retirees the opportunities they need by allowing them to have healthy ways to exercise so that they are gentler on their joints and they're eating right, because your dietary habits are different from when you're young to when you're old. And so we have to continue to engage with people from all walks of life.
And when you are doing this national health checkup, is that sort of a questionnaire, and then this gives people time to reflect on what they've been doing and what they need to improve themselves with?
Well, the National Health Checkup was a survey, a phone survey, both land-based lines and cell lines, of over 1,000 individuals from all walks of life across the U.S. And it was through that sampling that we were able to determine the data that you saw in the survey and that we have on our website, healthcheckup.mayoclinic.org, which has not only the results of the survey, but links to a number of different sites which will offer opportunities for individuals to learn about how to improve their sleep habits, healthy exercise regimens that they can use, and dietary advice for all walks of life.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, before we run out of time, just repeat that website again, if you wouldn't mind.
That's healthcheckup.mayoclinic.org for the survey results and tremendous tips and information regarding leading a healthier life.
Okay. Anything on the website? Are there specific ailments that a person could kind of research, or is that better to go through your doctor? Like, let's say, diabetes or arthritis or anything like that?
There are tips on the website, and mayoclinic.org is our website for Mayo Clinic that offers tips on not only healthy living, but on conditions that would be relevant to all members of your family and to individuals from not only in the U.S., but around the globe.
Good information. Dr. John Wald, thank you so much for being on the air with us today. Thank you for your service, by the way, and definitely come back anytime. And for the listeners, we did record this. We'll put this up online on Facebook and YouTube. It'll be there by 2 o'clock today. We'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. This is WOCA Ocala, and up next, Career Source. Laura Burns is coming in just a little bit, and we'll be able to talk to Laura about job opportunities.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. The morning after Donald Trump picks up the endorsement of Sarah Palin, the GOP candidate, speaking to Fox and Friends, he was asked if there would be a place for her in his cabinet if he should win.
Well, it would be something I would certainly think about. We never even discussed it. She was just happy to endorse. You know, she views it as a movement.
The pair campaigning in Tulsa, Oklahoma today.
Palin's support for Trump follows an endorsement from evangelical leader Jerry Falwell Jr. and Iowa Governor Terry Branstad, who says voters should choose anyone but Senator Ted Cruz. Meantime, another Republican candidate is now grieving. Ben Carson announcing Tuesday one of his campaign volunteers died in a car accident in Iowa. With the caucuses less than 2 weeks away, most Iowans say they're still undecided.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. A massive search suspended for 12 Marines on board 2 choppers which crashed off Oahu, and consumer prices fell in December. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Without automatic cloud backup, everything on your computer is at risk. From hackers, viruses, natural disasters, or even the occasional human error. Few things are as bad for business as downtime. So why take the risk? Get Carbonite Cloud Backup and protect all the files that keep your business or your home running smoothly. Start your free trial today at Carbonite.com. No credit card required. Use the offer code INFORMATION to get 2 free bonus months if you decide to buy. That's Carbonite.com. Offer code INFORMATION.
Barry the parrot stared hungrily at his owner as they drove down the freeway. "Patience, Barry," he said to himself. "Be patient, but so hungry. Barry do anything for cracker." Then something in his little parrot brain snapped. He flew at his owner, pecking at her as if she was one big crumbly cracker. And it was covered, thanks to a farmer's agent. Hangry Parrot, April 14th, 2015. Talk to farmers. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
We're saving thousands with Robert Palmer.
So rule number 1 is always shop around. Always shop around. If you're trying to get a mortgage, if you're trying to get the best credit card, if you're looking at student loans, cell phone bills, you name it, rule number 1 is always shop around. Always shop around.
That's rule number 1, just one more vital part of fighting back to stop being a financial zombie. Yes, you can take the mystery out of the complicated world of finances. Take charge when it comes to your money. Listen in on The Source, 96.3 FM and 1370 AM, Saturdays at 12:05.
Hi, I'm Leah Caruso with Strive Rehabilitation, inviting you to join me Thursday at 11 a.m. for Health Matters. Ocala Health and Strive have teamed up to bring you the latest information on good health services available to you right here at home. This vital information will help you make informed decisions about your health. So don't forget to join me here at 11 a.m. Thursday. It's news you can use from Ocala Health, Strive, and your friends here at WOCA.
Hi, I'm Seth with AA Lock, Dock, and Security. Have you ever thought about the locks or security on your house or business? Have you ever wondered why the keys to your new car cost so much? Well, at AA Lock, Dock, and Security, we can help with securing your valuables. We can even replace those expensive transponder keys. We can give you the knowledge that no one else will. Call AA Lock, Dock, and Security at 867-1965. That's 867-1965.
Your weekends are getting a little retooled.
Swear to God, not making a joke.
Check this out.
New shows? Check.
We are Fox Sports.
Some new talent. Check. Let's welcome the guys.
Let's get it going.
Arnie Spanier.
Unbelievable.
TJ Reeves.
This is what you get.
Your weekends are on fire.
Because that's how exotic it is.
Hospice of Marion County has an urgent need for volunteers to share a conversation with someone, run errands, hold someone's hand. All you need is a willingness to help others. Our volunteers believe the blessings they receive far exceed the services they offer. Will you consider serving, caring, and making a difference? Call today, 873-7441. Hospice of Marion County, making more moments of life possible.
One of the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking, will I outlive my money? Retirement questions like these and many more will be answered every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on Planning for a Better and Safer Retirement with hosts Francois and Julian Cozenet.